Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here, and on this channel we talk about building your dream life and your dream closet. We talk about all things fashion, beauty, femininity, living the soft life, having the right mindset, being that girl, romanticizing your life, all of that good stuff. So if that sounds like a community that you're interested in joining, please feel free to subscribe down below. It would mean the absolute world to me. My YouTube channel has been growing so much faster than it ever has before, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you that has subscribed. So thank you very much for that. Before we go ahead and actually jump into the meat of this video, I do want to bring up my voice sounds a little bit crazy. I got very sick with bronchitis almost 2 weeks ago. I completely stopped uploading on all social media channels and I completely lost my voice, like could not speak above a whisper for over a week, and I still have like voice cracking and just kind of weird, you know, skips in my voice, and I really thought I would be fully recovered by now, but I was very seriously sick. I had to completely put my life on pause for over a week, which was very frustrating because I'm in the process of building my dream life, which is what this video is going to be all about, which is how to build your dream life while living that 9-to-5 lifestyle or whatever life you're currently living. Mr. Pickles is here to join me on the bed. He has not joined us for a while for a video, so some of you guys were asking about him. He is doing very well, but I'm going to just go ahead and jump into the video because it's a very meaty one, lots of value in this one. I've been scripting it for days, so be sure to watch all the way to the end to get as much value as possible, because I know that I am not the only one who loves my life as it is now but dreams of having so much more, and I work so hard every single day to get to that dream life that I have on my vision board, to make my life look like my vision board. And I have learned so many tips and tricks and the mindset to be in and steps that you have to take to get there, and I'm really happy with my journey, and I would like you to feel the same way. One more thing before we actually get into the video, it would mean the world to me if you could follow me over on my Instagram and or my TikTok and or my Pinterest. I post on all of those platforms every single day, and that's something that I'm very proud of, that consistency on those platforms. And on those platforms you also get a little bit more of like behind the scenes of like my day-to-day life, especially on my Instagram and my Instagram stories. I also post a lot more sort of fashion focused content and lifestyle, travel, like nature, cottagecore type content, where on YouTube I feel like I provide a lot more value and I'm a lot more informative. So feel free to follow me over there if you want to see me more often than just my, you know, more in-depth weekly YouTube uploads. I don't know if my body lotion just tastes especially delicious to Mr. Pickles, but he will not stop licking me, but the show must go on, so please just ignore that. But the first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to building your dream life is, what am I talking about when I'm talking about building your dream life? This looks so different for everyone. It could be travel, it could be having a dream job, it could be working for yourself, it could be having a family, it could be living in the city, living in the forest. Regardless of what your future vision is for your life, unless you have some kind of massive inheritance or, you know, some other way that you're making money or funding this lifestyle, let's face it, you have to work. So that's sort of the framework that I'm going to be talking about this in. I know a lot of people, myself included, are looking to become content creators and like escape the 9-to-5. So a lot of what I'm talking about in this video will be sort of related to going down that path. But regardless, whether it's building a, I don't know, online jewelry store, opening up a pastry store in the town that you live in, maybe you want to be a flight attendant, I don't know, whatever it is that you want to be or what you want your life to look like, this video will still be relevant to you. So the first thing that I want to talk about is actually your mindset. In my opinion, your mindset is the foundation for building your dream life, for having your dream job, for having it all, for traveling, whatever it is that you're looking to achieve in this life, whether it's being a published author or starting a clothing line, your mindset is going to be what keeps you going every single time. Because let's face it, a lot of the times success in building your dream life is not an overnight process. My first mindset tip is to make sure that you romanticize and enjoy the journey, because if we're being honest with ourselves, a lot of the times the journey to getting to where it is that you want to be can be long. It can be weeks, months, years, whether it's a fitness goal or whatever your goal is. it's going to most likely take quite a bit of time and consistency, and we'll get into consistency a little bit later. But I have found that in the past, when I would spend so much of my time being miserable or letting myself be miserable or letting myself be unhappy because I haven't made it yet, I haven't reached that end goal, that meant that 95% of the time I was miserable. I was so upset, I was so angry. And so you need to find a way to enjoy the journey. Like today, I just shot a ton of content in the hot summer sun. It wasn't always glamorous, it wasn't always fun, but I kind of made it like a little game for myself. I wanted to feel like I was playing dress up. I wanted to feel like a movie character. So as I was shooting my content, I like made it fun. I was like twirling my dresses around and I was making up little stories in my head and really letting my creativity shine through and make it feel like fun and like play, opposed to just being like, okay, I gotta get this shot, I gotta get this shot, oh my gosh, this is taking too long, I'm running too late, I'm sweating, whatever it is that I could possibly complain about. Instead of taking that mindset, instead I decided to have fun with it and play and enjoy the moment, because so often we tell ourselves, oh, I'll be happy when I lose 50 pounds, or I'll be happy when I have this car, or when I take this trip. And if you're only gonna let yourself be happy once you've made it and you've hit that dream goal and that dream life, you are gonna be so miserable in the meantime that you're just not gonna wanna continue. You're gonna be like, well, what's the point? Why am I doing this? I'm so unhappy trying to get to this thing because I can't be happy until I get there. So make sure that you romanticize the journey as well. This next tip is a big one, and that is to let yourself take your passions seriously, because odds are creating your dream life is something that you're gonna be passionate about. Whether it's, again, starting a business, working for yourself, traveling, being a photographer, you need to let yourself take things that you're passionate about as seriously as you would like a typical 9-to-5. And this might sound weird at first. Pickles will not stop licking me, oh my god. But for example, I shoot content, I take photos, I put on pretty dresses, I twirl around, I put on makeup, I do hair, and I, for years, pretty much up until 2023, would just kind of dumb it down. I'd be like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go shoot content, like, you know, I know it doesn't look that serious. Like I would say this to my friends and family and be like, yeah, I'm shooting content right now, like it's not that serious. No, it is serious. I take shooting content seriously now because I am looking to become a full-time content creator. I am on the road to becoming a full-time content creator. I'm already a part-time content creator. I already make money from doing this. So now whenever I'm talking about my passion, content creation, photography, videography, playing dress up, fashion, hair, nails, taking care of yourself, makeup, all that stuff, I no longer talk about it to myself and to people in my life like it's just this frivolous thing. I'm like, yes, I'm a content creator, I'm a photographer, I know how to edit videos, I have built a website for myself, I have a blog that I have not updated in a while, that's next on my to-do list. You know, I read contracts, I work with brands, I negotiate, I do all these things that are very serious business, and I no longer tell myself that it's like just putting on dresses and twirling around. Whatever it is that you are passionate about, that you're pursuing, take it seriously for yourself and to everyone else in your life, because once you have that mindset shift of, no, this is something that I am professionally pursuing, I am a professional in this field, or if I'm not yet, I'm learning how to be one. This mindset shift can honestly be so big as far as keeping you motivated and making sure that you are constantly pushing to be the best version of yourself in whatever it is that you're pursuing. The next thing you need to do for your mindset is you need to heal your limiting beliefs and you need to heal your scarcity mindset. And these are both massive topics that many YouTubers have made entire videos dedicated to just healing your scarcity mindset and healing your limited beliefs. And so I'm not gonna go too in depth here. I think I might make a separate video about this as well, because this has been a journey for me. And if you're not familiar with limiting beliefs and the scarcity mindset, it's kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's just kind of believing to yourself that you actually can't achieve your dreams. And this has been a very long journey for me, because I would be the kind of person that on the outside, I would like even say out loud to myself like, yeah, I've got this, like I can do this, I can send this pitch, I can work with brands, like yeah, I've got this. But then I'd be like sending an email to a brand and the whole time I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't think they'd actually want to work with me, you know, my content isn't that good. And even though I told myself, oh yeah, my limiting beliefs are healed, I would not actually truly think that internally and embody that. And so I have talked myself out of so many decisions that could have opened up doors for me, that could have had new opportunities coming my way. And it has taken a lot of trial and error and techniques and tips to heal that scarcity mindset of like, oh, there's already so many content creators, like what could I possibly have to offer? A lot. I am my own person. I have so much to offer, and so do you. In whatever field it is that you're looking to have a career, or whatever you want to do with your life, you think that that area is already too saturated, there's too many people that are interested, there's not enough to go around. That is not true. I promise. So I actually, now that I'm talking about this more, will be making videos about scarcity mindsets and limiting beliefs. But in the meantime, a book that I would highly recommend is Manifest. As the title suggests, is about manifestation and manifesting your dreams. The reason that I'm recommending this book is because it has a really great chapter on limiting beliefs and how you can sort of overcome them. And it is an ongoing process. It is absolutely an ongoing process that we'll probably all experience for the rest of our lives. Limiting beliefs are just those little voices in your head that tell you you can't do something, so you don't even try. And also, I'd recommend that book to people that are kind of like intermediate manifestors. I feel like a lot of people are either beginners when it comes to manifesting or super advanced. But if you know a lot about manifesting but you don't really feel like your knowledge is that in depth, that book is amazing. It will be linked down below. I've read it twice already, and both times I got a lot of value out of it, and so highly recommend that book. But you need to find techniques that help you overcome limiting beliefs, whether that's literally talking to yourself and saying little affirmations to yourself as you're doing something until you start believing them, or it's actually doing actions and taking steps that prove your limiting beliefs wrong. So for example, I pitched to a lot of brands that I probably had no business pitching to, and guess what? I've got a lot of gifting opportunities lined up. I've got a lot of sponsored opportunities lined up. I've got a lot of brands saying, hey, you know what? We can't fit you in right now, but we love your content, so look out for an email this upcoming fall because we want to add you to our list. If I had just never let myself reach out to these brands, I wouldn't have these opportunities coming my way. So trust me, it's worth your time to do a little bit of soul searching and mental work and working with your spirit and your soul and just really figuring out how to overcome limiting beliefs, because you truly are capable of doing anything. This next mindset tip is a small one, but a big one, and that is to do everything in your power to not hate your current job. I know how frustrating this can be. I know that it is just so soul-sucking and soul-crushing to be in a job that you hate, that you don't like, or even that you just tolerate. It's fine, it's just not what you want to do for the rest of your life. I understand. Trust me, I get it. But once you start resenting the job that is providing you income, that is providing you a roof over your head and food to eat, it is so hard to come back from that. So please do your best to try to be grateful for the job that you have, even if it's not the one that you want forever. And when you're having a good day at work, truly sit in that and enjoy that. For me, these last two mindset tips might be the most important. And the first one is you need to treat your dreams as a non-negotiable. This kind of goes hand in hand with taking your passions seriously, which we talked about earlier, but I would talk myself out of doing work towards my dream life so often because I'd be like, oh, well, I mean, I can just push shooting content to next week because my friend really wants to hang out and I don't want to be a bad friend. How am I going to become a full-time YouTuber if I keep talking myself out of filming YouTube videos or whatever it is that you want to do with your life? It is so easy to talk yourself out of your dreams. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just like the human condition or limiting beliefs creeping in, but find ways to prioritize your goals and dreams. Non-negotiables. Schedule time into your calendar to work out if you want to become a personal trainer. Schedule time in your calendar to start sending emails to brands if you want to get paid to do social media content. Take time to learn skills. Take time to, go out there and do and practice whatever it is that you want to do with your life. You need to have dedicated time in your calendar, in your schedule to work towards your dreams, because if you don't give yourself that time, it will quite literally never happen for you. And I know that that's really harsh, especially if you are a busy girl. I understand. I work 60 hours a week. I am a busy girl. I work out. I still get my 8 hours of sleep a night. I kind of just barely have a social life. We're working on that. I know what it's like to be busy, but I still treat those dreams as non-negotiables, and inevitably my dreams are gonna come true. The last mindset tip is to start acting like the version of yourself that has already achieved that dream life. And I know this can feel silly at times, because here I am driving my car to work. I love my car, I'm grateful for it, but it's not the dream car, and I'm driving to my job that I like but don't love, and you know, I'm not exactly where I want to be. I'd rather be in Saint-Tropez. So it does feel silly at times, I get that, but I have decided every day that I wake up and every moment of my life, I act like that dream version of myself. I make sure I get 8 hours of sleep a night so that I can function at my highest version of myself every day. I wake up and I work out right away. It is the first thing that I do. I don't even let myself think about not working out, because I love working out. I'm always happy that I did it, and it makes me feel confident. I fit in my clothes better. I eat well. Every single meal that I eat, I think, what would the best version of me eat? What would she reach for? What would I be proud of myself for eating? What would I feel good about eating? I eat those things. I inevitably have a lot of energy, and I feel good because of that. When I'm doing my social media work, I don't let myself think, oh, well, I'm just learning to become a content creator. No, I act as if I already have 100,000 subscribers. I act as if people are watching my Instagram stories obsessively, and living in that life and choosing to get ready in the morning and wear an outfit that your dream version of yourself would wear is so empowering, and it actually propels you forward on that path of becoming that dream version of yourself. If every single day of your life and every moment of your life you are showing up as that dream version of you, you will just inevitably become them. There's no other alternative. For part 2, we are going to talk about the actual concrete steps or phases as to how to get from working that 9 to 5 that you're not super happy about, or working full-time, to working for yourself full-time, or living that dream life full-time. So step number 1, or phase number 1, is working full-time for someone else, or in that job that you're not happy with, or working that 9 to 5. I know how frustrating it can feel when all you want to be doing is becoming a travel photographer, but you're stuck in your 9 to 5 in who knows where, in the middle of nowhere, you know, and you're just miserable. And so instead of seeing this as a burden, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, how could I make money from living this dream life? Instead, be grateful for your 9 to 5, because again, it's paying the bills. It's letting you live a certain level of a comfortable lifestyle. Use that time when you are working in your 9 to 5 as this awesome time to do a ton of planning and brainstorming, because guess what? You have steady income. You have a roof over your head, you're able to eat, you're able to do fun stuff, you're able to do whatever, you know, you're able to provide for your family or pets or whatever it is. Choose to see this time of working for someone else and having this consistent income as an amazing time to plan how you're actually going to get to your dream life. So schedule this in, like I said before, make it a non-negotiable on your calendar, and schedule in time to do research. What sort of education do you need to have this dream lifestyle or have this dream job? Do you need to do any special training? Do you need to do research on what the best video camera is for a YouTube channel? Do you need to research streams of income for being a content creator? Do you need to look up recipes because you want to open a gluten-free cupcake shop? Whatever it is, do you need to research storefronts? Do you want to become a real estate agent? Do you need to do that kind of training? Make concrete steps. Step 1, do research on what it takes to become a flight attendant. Step 2, actually go to flight attendant school. You know, whatever the steps may be, make yourself a concrete list, because it's so much easier, I promise you, to make a list of to-dos or steps to get you to your dream life ahead of time than making them in the moment. Because sometimes when you're going on your path already and then you realize, oh shoot, wait, I wasn't fully informed, I thought I needed this but I don't, or I realized I completely forgot something that I need on this journey, it is so much more stressful to like try to, you know, recover that knowledge as you're going and try to learn on the fly than it is to be, you know, comfortably in your space, you have comfortable income and making plans and making notes and lists and, you know, brainstorming than it is to be trying to scramble and do all of that while you are on your way to having that dream life. Phase number 2 is the phase that I am currently in right now, and that is going part-time at a consistent job where you're probably working for someone else, and then go part-time either working for yourself or part-time working on whatever it is that you're looking to become and have for your dream life. So for example, at my job, I was lucky enough that I was able to stay at the same company that I'm at, where I was able to reduce my hours from 40 hours a week to 30 hours a week. And so yes, it is a huge time crunch for me to do 30 hours a week at my typical job, as well as 30 hours of working for myself. It is a lot of time that I'm spending working. However, it is awesome because I still have enough income to cover my expenses, but I have enough time to really get into the weeds of learning how to become a full-time creator and building these revenue streams for myself as a creator. The only thing with this phase that is very frustrating is you will feel like you are working 24/7, because you are. My friends and my family have literally talked to me about the fact that I don't get to hang out with them as much lately, and luckily I have a group of friends and family that are very understanding, and they know what I'm working towards, and they're very supportive, and they know that I'll get my weekends back very soon here. Hint hint, wink wink. Gonna be a full-time creator pretty soon. Stay tuned for that. But anyway, sorry, I'm just so excited about it. But I made an entire video recently about how to have your routines on lock, how to be able to go after your goals in a sustainable way when you are crazy busy and you need to manage all of your time as, you know, efficiently as possible. So I will link that somewhere up above. It is a really great video that is honestly just so much value packed into that video. So would highly recommend that video. It is very important during this phase to make a schedule for yourself that is actually attainable. So I know can be very, you know, easy to just mentally be like, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna stop working out and I don't have time to cook anymore, so I'm just gonna eat fast food, and you know, I can swing 6 hours of sleep a night, it's fine. Do not do that to yourself. I have caught myself in that trap many times before, where I've started sacrificing the foundations of just having a healthy life and a healthy lifestyle and having this crazy unattainable schedule in like the name of achieving my dreams faster. You will burn out, you will get sick, you will feel sluggish and just horrible. Do not do that. This phase is really great because you do still have income. It can be scary if you're thinking about going part-time from your job. I know a lot of people just quit and go full-time working for themselves, and personally, I'm of the belief of unless you like instantly go viral overnight or have some crazy success or have a friend or family member that's willing to lend you like a good chunk of money, it is a lot less stressful to go part-time working for someone else, part-time working for that dream life, because you still are able to pay the bills. And I know I was a little bit scared once I started going part-time, because even though I knew I could cover my expenses, including saving money, it just is not a good feeling to just cut your income like that. Freeing up time to make money in ways that you are passionate about and that excite you and light you up is invaluable. I started recouping that money that I lost from losing hours at my other job so quickly because I am so motivated to go after my dreams and go after being a YouTuber and a content creator and reaching out to brands to work with, that I was able to recoup that money very easily and quickly because I'm passionate about this. I'm fired up. I want to do this. And so going part-time is a great middle phase between working for someone else and living a life that you're not super passionate about to having that dream life. And if you are not working for a company that will let you go part-time, there are so many part-time gig options that you can do. You can, you know, become a barista, you can, you know, work as a dog walker, you could be a florist, you could be a delivery driver, whatever it is. There are so many ways to make flexible part-time income enough to cover your expenses that will let you pursue your dream life on the side. Just do a little bit of research. I'm sure there's something in your area that you can find. And then obviously the third phase is saying, okay, I can do this. I can work for myself full time. I can live my dream life full time. I can become whatever it is that I want to become full time. So maybe you've got your education because you part-time were working and then you were part-time, you know, learning, studying, going back to school, whatever it is. There is a point when you do have to take a little bit of a leap of faith, which currently I am standing on that ledge, looking over about to take a leap of faith. That's where I am in my life right now. I'm so excited to finally become a full-time creator. You have to let yourself take a little bit of a leap of faith. I have come in contact with a lot of very, very well-off people at my current work, my part-time work, that work for themselves, or that worked for themselves and then were able to retire early, or that worked for someone else and then were really smart with investments and now they're retired or they're doing fun stuff or whatever. And what I have learned from all of those people, because I am in a job position where I can really talk to these people and kind of hear their stories and stuff, what I've learned is a lot of it takes a leap of faith. A lot of it takes being a little bit delusional. I did make a lucky girl video recently on my channel. Actually, not recently, it was like back in March, but I made a lucky girl syndrome video that I feel like is very much still relevant to the whole delusional thing that's going on right now, having a delusional mindset, or I just like to think of it as a leap of faith. But you need to let yourself have a little bit of fear and do it anyway. And I'm not saying like be completely reckless and you have no clients and you have no revenue streams and you're just gonna do it and you have no money saved and you're gonna be fine. Probably not, but let yourself do that part-time work so that when you go full-time, you're able to comfortably, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can work for myself, and you feel like you're not afraid and you're not scared, because being stressed out when working for yourself full-time, because I have worked for myself full-time before, that is a whole other story, but when I was working for myself last time, I was not in a place where I felt good enough about money and I felt good enough about my income that I felt like I could fully dive into working for myself and just not stress. If you are stressed while trying to pursue that dream, it's not gonna work out. You're just gonna be doubting yourself and you're just gonna be in a horrible mental state and you'll burn out and just inevitably go back to working for someone else because it's comfortable and it's safe. So make sure that you yourself are in a position where you feel comfortable and safe enough that you can take that leap of faith and then do whatever it is that you wanna do full time, and you're gonna be fine and you know it's gonna work out. That is the sweet spot. The last part of this video is going to be about random useful tips to take with you along your journey that I have found very, very helpful for me personally, and so I would like to pass that knowledge on to you. And let me know what you think in the comments down below about anything that I'm talking about in this video. I just love talking to you guys down there. So anyway, useful tips. Number one, curate your feeds on social media. And I know curate is a term that's like thrown around a lot lately about like making things aesthetically pleasing and beautiful, but when I say curate your feeds, make sure you're following people that do not discourage you on your journey, and be very, very specific when you're judging if someone inspires you or discourages you. So for example, I used to follow a lot more people on social media than I follow currently, but a good number of them I noticed were making me feel terrible, because a lot of them were, you know, people younger than me that had obviously inherited wealth from their families or were living very, very wealthy lifestyles because of their families. This is gonna sound really shady, but not because of the merit of their own hard work. So yes, they had these beautiful lifestyles where they were traveling, but they were either very open about, or people in the comments would do research on them and find out that nope, they were born wealthy and that's why they have this content creator lifestyle. Okay, fair. Nothing wrong with that. I'd probably do the same if I was in that position, but those types of people, I would feel so discouraged following them, and so I would unfollow them because they didn't really add value to myself and to my journey. Now, the types of people that I follow on my social media channels are, a lot of them are people I've been following for years that I've seen go on their content creation journeys, or people that I've only started following recently but are very open about their content creation journeys, about how they're becoming content creators and quitting their jobs and all of those things. Another category of people that I had to unfollow in order to feel a lot better about myself are Instagram models. And nothing against Instagram models, a lot of them are very, very beautiful women, but they wouldn't add value. They wouldn't, you know, do styling reels that I wanted to recreate. They wouldn't, you know, talk about their business, and they wouldn't talk about things that would help me on my journey. And so I would just see these videos and images of these beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous women, and I'd feel horrible about myself, and it wasn't adding to my day. You know, their content creation business is not really aligned with what I want to do. I'm not trying to become an Instagram model. I am a lifestyle creator, and so I follow lifestyle creators now, or I follow people now that have homes and gardens and wardrobes and things and belief systems that I believe in and that I resonate with, and that I either, you know, take things from to replicate or I keep in mind on my journey. curating your social media feeds in this way to only consuming content that adds value to your life and to your journey, not only does it, you know, keep you motivated and keep you going because you have these role models that you can kind of, you know, rely on and recreate what their journey was like for yourself, but also it means that you're not spending a ton of time just creating mindless content that does nothing for you and that adds nothing to your life. On that note, I want to talk about consuming versus creating. And this is a trap that I would fall into a lot, especially last year when I was, you know, working for someone else and, you know, trying to plan my life and telling myself that I was planning my life, but really all I was doing was just scrolling on Instagram for hours for no reason. No reason at all. So instead of actually going out there and creating Instagram reels and photos and videos for myself to post on my channels, in the name of like getting inspiration, I would spend like 6 hours sometimes. Like if it was the winter time, I had nothing to do, I'd spend 6 hours just on my phone in the name of getting inspiration, when truly maybe an hour of that time was like actual valuable time where I was getting inspiration to create my own content. But you need to make sure that you're not just doom scrolling all day and just falling into the trap of, you know, mindlessly consuming content all day, and get out there and create your own content or create your own dream or your own vision or your own reality that you want to have, rather than just consuming the dream lives of other people. Another thing to keep in mind, a lot of the times you're gonna lose steam, you're gonna kind of get burned out, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna feel a little bit down, you know, you're gonna spend hours on something, it's not gonna turn out the way that you thought it would. You need to remind yourself of your why. It is so easy to just kind of, I don't want to say like fully give up, but like a soft quitting of your dream. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but there's been a lot of times, like I mentioned in this video, where I've talked myself out of something because I've been like, ooh, I don't really want to, or oh, you know, my friend wants to hang out, or oh, my family, you know, wants to do this thing. And you just kind of talk yourself out of doing your thing, or you tell yourself it's too hot or too cold, or I'm too tired, or whatever it is. Remind yourself of your why. Are you gonna be regretting this in 20 years if you keep talking yourself out of living your dream, and then before you know it, you're just in some dead-end cubicle job because you never really had the discipline to keep going and to keep striving after that dream? Remind yourself of your why every day. I remind myself of my why every single day mentally before I go to bed. You know, I get on my little pillow, I'm like all cozy in bed, and I visualize my dream life, and that serves as inspiration for every single morning when I get up. I do things because I know that that dream life of mine is just around the corner. It is so close, and you just keep pushing for it. It's inevitable that it's going to become true and it's going to become your reality. So find ways to remind yourself of why you are working so hard. The last tip that I'm going to leave you with here is to do everything in your power to achieve your dream, and then you need to release control. I know how frustrating it is when you are putting in hours and hours and hours into something to see very little return, basically no return. You're spending hours and hours on content or working out or on studying for something, and it doesn't turn out the way you want it to. The followers don't come as quickly as you thought they would. The success doesn't happen as fast as you thought it would. And I have talked to so many people in my real life and heard so many stories online and on YouTube of people that, you know, their growth was very slow for a very long time. I've even watched YouTube videos of YouTubers who had been uploading for 9 years before they blew up on YouTube. And if they had quit because they had spent so long thinking that their growth was not happening fast enough, they would have never created their dream life in the way that they have it now. And even though that hasn't technically happened for me yet, you know, I haven't like blown up or anything on social media yet, I know so strongly in my heart that I am working hard enough, I am creating good enough content, I am doing the right steps, and I am learning and evolving often enough that I will achieve my dreams one day. Who knows, tomorrow one of my YouTube videos could go viral. One of my TikToks could go viral tomorrow. Actually, something that I just thought about that has happened to me before is, in the past, my content creation journey was not always linear. I would kind of go really hard and then give up, and then go really hard and then give up. There have been so many times where I would step away from content creation for like a couple of weeks, and then I would come back to my inbox, like my business email, a couple of weeks later, and seen that dream brands had contacted me. Like brands that I did not think were possible for me to work with had contacted me the day after I decided to stop uploading on YouTube. But I didn't check that email and I wasn't making content. And so even though I would respond to that email, they'd be like, oh, sorry, that campaign is closed. We don't have any spaces for it anymore. Because I had told myself that it wasn't going anywhere and it wasn't working. Like, I have made affiliate income that I didn't realize I had made because I had quit, and then that income had come later, but I was telling myself, oh, no one's clicking on my links. No, people were clicking on my links. I just wasn't staying consistent enough and I wasn't going often enough to see that progress. And so be consistent, do everything in your power to achieve your dreams, and then release control, knowing that it is inevitable that your dreams will come true, because it really is. If you are doing everything in your power from a wholehearted place of achieving that dream, and you are consistently growing, evolving, taking the steps, being consistent, it is actually impossible for you to not make progress. You have to stay on the path. I promise that your success is inevitable, because I have seen it in my own life. I've heard all these stories online of people having this experience. I've seen it in the lives of people I know. Keep going, release control, know that it's coming your way. It's just a matter of time. Thank you guys so much for staying until the end of this video. I know it was a bit of a longer one, but this is something that I am so passionate about: achieving your dreams, achieving your goals. And so if this is a community that you want to join because you want to uplift yourself, you're on this journey with me, you're on your own journey of achieving your dream life, subscribe down below, because girl, we've got this. We're doing this together. It's gonna be so awesome. We can be here for each other and just have this little community. So thank you for subscribing. And like I said before, feel free to follow me on my Instagram or any social media channels that you feel called to, because I am consistent. I post on those every single day, and I am so proud of the content I make, and I know that the fashion and lifestyle and living your dream life content that I make over there will just add so much value to your day, and I would love to chat with you guys over there. I love messaging you guys on Instagram and talking in the comments, so would really appreciate a follow on any of those platforms. And thanks again for watching to the end of this video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.